We got Jason back?
No, I don't know. Wait.
Let's find out.
Hold on.
We're going to try. I heard him! Technology! God, we're the fucking best! Yes!
By the way, that's all we wanted, Jason. We don't have anything
All
for
right,
you.
Jason, we'll see you next week.
You guys be good.
We're just testing this bad boy out. Oh my goodness. How are you?
You want the truth?
Yeah,
Yes.
obviously.
So I'm a little shook up. I had my first biker car accident today.
Wait. Like motorcycle?
Or bicycle.
No. Bicycle.
Okay,
Yeah.
were you the bike or the car?
I was the car.
Oh, so you're feeling guilt.
So,
You're feeling some survivor's guilt.
How bad was it?
I can't. So I felt horrible because we're at a standstill. Traffic isn't moving, and I have to turn left because of the damn street cleaning. And by the way, I never see anyone cleaning the streets, so I got to move my car, and I make a left, and the guy's telling me to come. A Honda Pilot. It's always a Honda Pilot. He's telling me to make a left, and I'm like, all right, time for me to make my little left. And then next thing you know, a Tour de France speed like demon came out of nowhere, and all I saw was him fly over my hood and his bike go 5-10 yards that way. He rolls twice, does a real good tuck, rolls twice, and then pops up, and I'm like, dude, are you okay? And immediately he says to me, just don't call the police.
Whoa!
What was he running from?
Who is this guy?
He had some contraband in that backpack, bro.
Who is this man?
No, it's just a kid who just, is like I can tell his adrenaline is running. I'm like, he's worried about his bike. I'm like, bro, let's go to the hospital. Like, are you okay? Like, he's like, your car. I'm like, screw the car, dog. Like, things are replaceable. How are you doing? Meanwhile, everybody on the street is like, call 911, call 911. And I'm like, hey, this is between me and my man over here.
Yeah,
if I can
shut
break
up.
him off a couple racks to get up out of this, I'm cool. So then I come to find out he lives around the corner. Right, he was headed to work. I had just dropped my kid off at school, so we are both our days started out pretty shitty, right? And then his bike is cracked in half, and the one thing he says is, "Man, this is a really like reserved, like special bike." I look it up, and the amount of this bike, like the cost of this bike. I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. You got to be more careful. He was like, it's not your bad. I didn't see you. And then he lives around the corner, so now I gotta walk my dog and see him every once in a while. Like, I'm a little.
Does he know your
frazzled,
name?
Right?
Did you give him your name?
Huh? Yeah, we exchanged information.
Okay,
I was like, dude, I'll take you to the hospital if you broken up. He's like, nah, I gotta get to work. And he was like, just don't call the cops. I'm like, hey, bro, whatever you got going on, I got family members laying low. I understand this is Chicago now. People getting slammed on their face every single day and then being detained. So I'm like, you got it, bro. And yeah, that's how my day started. So
did he,
that's how I'm
on wood for
yeah.
everyone.
Did he subscribe to the podcast? Did you at least get something out of it? I mean,
Dear God.
I definitely took his phone and
let's
made him follow
go.
me.
That's smart, man.
Yeah, definitely. So this is also the reason why you don't ask how people are doing, Michelle, because sometimes they might tell you.
No, Jason. No, you're supposed to say fine. Just almost like that's the answer, right?
Yeah.
Fine.
And then we could just
Great.
see in your eyes that you're just dying a little bit inside, and we move on like nothing happened.
What if he comes a calling? Like, are you worried he's going to come a calling for like 6 more new bikes?
No, because we're gonna hand him a one sheet that says that we are paid in full.
I like that.
I'm not gonna. Because he saw the damage that he did to my car with the rate of speed that I kid you not. Like, I'm creeping into a turn because it's traffic, right? So I'm not like
scary.
speeding, and he, it's all good. I wished him well, told him I'd help him out. It happens, So he's having a tough day, and I get to hang out with you guys and talk about the Bulls.
Jeez,
Yes.
Louise.
Well, let's talk about something slightly happier. The Bulls, 6-1, and no one, not as many injuries as your commute to work today. So that's awesome.
Shocking.
Dude, just tell me. First things first, tell me about the vibes in Chicago right now. The Bears are playing well. The Bulls are good. It's like it's 1997 again. What? Talk to me.
So it's funny that you mentioned that. This morning on the way to school before the accident, I told my kid, I was like, we're playing all 1991 music today, buddy. And he was like, all right, cool. Like I pick the music every morning, try to curate a little playlist in his head so that he's not programmed by these demons at radio stations, right? Yeah. So immediately I'm like, Low End Theory. We're going to go check the rhyme, a Tribe Called Quest. We're going to go Scenario. And he was like, why are we playing this? I'm like, because it feels like 91 again, play it. He's like, what happened in 91? I was like, that's when your dad was 11 years old and the reign of terror on the NBA began. And I feel like it's going to happen with you because the Bulls are 6-1. Now, I had to explain to him that Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen weren't on these teams, right? Like, this ain't, Vooch and Modest is as far stretched. But, yeah, I had to put my little guy in the movie. Everybody's sitting back wondering how long it's going to last because, we got PTSD. We got PTSD here in this city.
Oh, God,
like,
yes.
Anytime we get something new and shiny, he was like, somebody going to take it from us at some point. So let's enjoy it while we can. Last time we felt like this was when Lonzo was healthy, when DeMar, Lonzo, and Zach got put together in those first 3 months or so. They're the best team in the Eastern Conference. And since then, it's been play-in, it's been injuries, it's been strife, it's been, what's Patrick Williams going to be like? A lot of different questions being asked. But it feels good this year. And the Eastern Conference, let's face it, like the Eastern Conference is a little up for grabs, a little bit up for grabs, right? So you go out and beat the Philadelphia 76ers after being down by 24. Like it's fun. Who knows how long the fun will last? I'm hoping it'll last the whole season, but at some point the big boys are going to come out to play. But you get a jump on the NBA early on. You see all these teams first week of the season getting a jump on everybody. Like I like watching this team understand that they don't have the guy, but they can all be the guy at some point during the game throughout the night. And Billy Donovan, the guy who's been questioned, not by me, but by a lot of people in this city for the last few years, Billy Donovan just needed a team he can coach to the style that he wanted to play. So when AK brought in Zach LaVine and brought in DeMar DeRozan, it was kind of it was a shock to some because the drafting and developing part that he had gotten hired on and professed at his introductory press conference, all of a sudden you see these cats come in who are established veterans like DeMar and Lonzo, and you're like, okay, you're going away from that. So I think there's a cleaner feel in terms of the fan base of like, okay, this is a squad that you can grow with. You got a couple of young dudes who you really like, and they've done all this without Kobe White. So it's a good vibe right now. It's a good vibe.
I know. I was telling Cody, because the shots of the crowd especially have been like joyful. And like you said, reminds me of when I grew up watching basketball and Chicago fans had it best. It was like, oh, they're so happy. That being said, like tell me I'm crazy. Because I think, look, I know that it's not inevitable that every franchise organization gets its day in the sun. It's a very, very competitive, hard process. But there's a little part of me that keeps flashing back to the Detroit Pistons over the last 3 years, like from the rock bottom to who they are today. And I'm like, is there a possibility? Do you feel anything in the way of that? Maybe this is that stage for Chicago, like the very embryonic stage of a good turnaround.
Well, the Detroit had to stockpile a bunch of really, really good young players, and then they got the number one pick with Cade Cunningham, of course, right? But like Jalen Duren, hell, what people thought Jaden Ivey was going to be before the injuries and how his career, didn't start out. But we saw him at Purdue right here in the Midwest, like, all right, that guy's going to be a something. And they were just tougher than everybody else. They were just getting their ass kicked at the end of games because they didn't know how to, close games out. And then all of a sudden you get it. Like all of a sudden your star becomes a star. I think with this, for a while, and for me as a Bulls fan, I've been waiting for them to have an NBA-sized star where it's like he's not just 6'5" and skinny, or he's not 6'4" and under. Like Modest Buzelis has the chance to be very, very good, and not just good, but like 6'10" slash and player good, right? And then you drop him with all the pieces. And Ayo Dosunmu, who didn't play last game, but Ayo Dosunmu, who's been nothing but a great professional as a young veteran, like Kobe White, who's gotten better each and every year over the last 2 or 3 years. Like they've got the vibe. It's just you got to drop that final piece in the mix. And I don't know who's Cade Cunningham in this situation, right? But once you get this young nest of players, it feels like you got a starting point, and it feels like they finally got that.
looking, we already kind of mentioned it, the East, not what the West is. But when you look up and down the East right now, the Knicks off to an okay start. I mean, as good as anybody else in the East right now. Who do you look at in the East right now as the legit competition? Is it the Pacers without Halliburton?
No.
I'm assuming not at
all.
all.
The Pacers are garbage.
But
don't even mention
is
that.
Is it the Bucks?
Anytime Giannis is on a team, that I have to make sure you got to put him at the very top, especially like you mentioned with the Pacers having their injury situation with Tyrese and Boston with Jason Tatum. The Eastern Conference, if the Knicks or the Cavs don't make it to the finals, it's a failure because of how clean a run it should be to the Eastern Conference Finals against each other. I'm not as sold on the Knicks as everybody else. Like, it was cool to see them get where they got last year. But after a while, the Knicks looked around like they should be looking around this year like, oh, yeah, there's no reason why we shouldn't get to the finals. But now you've got a different coach and people are watching certain people's minutes because you got that Tibbs kind of, vibe where you fired a coach who got you to the Eastern Conference Finals. Mm-hmm. Now this guy better be that much better. And then Karl Anthony Towns saying what he said at the beginning of the season, like, there's enough there that New York might squeeze and put enough pressure on some of those guys after their run that I don't know if they're going to make it back to that. But if the Cavs or the Knicks don't make it this year, it's a failure. So I don't believe in the Cavs because, and I love Donovan Mitchell and I love Darius Garland, but two little guys in the backcourt, you've seen defenses take advantage of that. And especially, I saw offenses take advantage of that, especially in the playoffs last year. So, yeah, man, if Giannis stays in Milwaukee and they can stay healthy and they're finding new young players, like I think Milwaukee has as good a chance. It's just when you got the best player in the conference, arguably the best player in the conference, then I got to go with them. But, Philadelphia, depending on what those three young dudes do in the backcourt, it's the East is a little raggedy. To be honest with you. And it's a good time for the Bulls to kind of be upstart and get some wins off the top.
It's a good time to figure things out. This is it. You want to talk some football? Because I don't know about everybody else, but that Bears win felt different. Dude. I mean, how's the city vibing right now that Bears football is something that's not being mocked? It's not a punchline at all.
Yeah, the city should feel like those are the games you used to lose. And we talk about the Eastern Conference, we talk about the NFC. I mean, like the Detroits of the world don't seem as formidable, or especially over the last couple of weeks. And Green Bay, I mean, Jordan Love had some of the worst throws you'll see in a football game against Carolina. And if you take a look, if you parse through all the weeds of his tape, like he's been a double agent more than people would like to believe. Minnesota's got a crazy man at quarterback. So if you're a Bears fan, you're sitting back thinking, future, like potential. There's no reason if Caleb Williams ascends under the tutelage of Ben Johnson, there's no reason that the Bears shouldn't have, if not the best quarterback in the division by the end of next year, right there with Jordan Love or Jared Goff. And that's, I, as a Bears fan, been rooting for running backs and linebackers for too goddamn long. You know what I mean? Like I'm cool. Everybody's like, oh, the defense. Hey, man, I'm cool with winning the shootout. That doesn't happen a lot in my lifetime. And you're going to have to win games like that. So for them to be where they are at 5-3 and for there still to be so much to clean up, like there's still some issues, and a lot of it's defensively, but it's just a different vibe. Even previous iterations of the Bears would have gotten thrown off by James Odunze, Jerome Odunze's dad, who's been like tweeting about his son not getting enough targets. The Bears messed around and their social media team put out Jerome Odunze blocking the entire game and put selfless at the top of it. Like, that's when you know, okay, I'm calling out a player's dad with his son's game tape. Things are good. Like things are a lot better than they have been for a while. I know a lot of people here in the city who cover the team are looking for that next shooter drop, but man, I've seen so much bad football. I'm just happy when things feel decent. You know what I mean? Like the Bears have been a dysfunctional home for a very, very long time. And you walk in the house and you smell food on the stove. You're like, things are okay today, right? Mommy and daddy ain't fighting, right? Like they're not not the
not
laughing
awful.
stock of the division or the conference or the NFL. They lost 10 games in a row last year.
Oh, I
10.
remember.
10.
Feels like it's not shouldn't be
So
mathematically
I'm
possible.
good on it. I hope everybody's feeling good about it.
I think it's fun.
I think it's a
I
blast.
think it's a fun story.
It really is. And by the way, Jason, host of Full Go on Spotify, not to mention the Athletic Show on Amazon Fire TV. Jason, my last question specifically about the Bears. What is Ben Johnson getting right that every Bears coach has seemingly gotten wrong for the last 20 years?
He brought his brain. Like he brought some fun. This is the thing, man. Like Bears coaches for forever have been the guy where it's like, okay, I'm gonna have to figure out if this dude can do this gig. Mm-hmm. Ben Johnson was the most coveted coaching candidate over the last couple of years, and when the Bears acquired him, it was like, wait a minute, the Bears did something that everybody thinks they should do. So he's just been himself, and from Jump Street, he's put the screws to everybody in training camp, and it's got that. It had that Greg Popovich feel to it, where if I get on the most important player and he accepts it, well, then the rest of you bums got to fall in line too. Mm-hmm. And after week 2, when he said we don't have the practice habits of a championship team, you could tell he meant business. And I think he's on a proven mission too, because you usually get this kind of like wonderkin genius nerd vibe from a lot of these hires, and he's out here like no, I'm a maniac, dog. Like I'm out here trying to take people apart. Like you can't tell me like there's not a small part of him that left that shootout against the Bengals and was happy like, yeah, my offense did that shit though. Yeah, we gotta get the defense in line, but yeah, I went up against Zach Taylor, another one of these guys that everyone loves, right? And I beat his ass. And not only did I do it, I'm doing double reverses, throw back to the quarterback. Mm-hmm. Like
trickery.
It's a blast.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch.
I've been waiting for the team that I root for, because as a child, I used to watch the Mike Dicker show and then watch the Bears game, right? And then around 3:15, I decided it's time for me to watch NFL football, like what other teams are doing with offense. And for years, it felt like that. And even in the 2005 season, my guy Alex Brown, who I have on my pod every week, like Urlacher and Mike Brown and all those, Peanut Tillman, like you still was watching a team that had to take the ball away and had to, give up 17 points or less. To watch a team go up, know that the defense is not going to be able to stop them all game long, and then your defense is a little leaky, and you're like, you know what, we'll get down the field because we've drafted Colston Loveland, drafted Darnell Wright. Like the people who matter are making plays, and they're all young. So it's a good time to be, I think, a Bears fan, because you've seen so much dreck over the last 20, 25, 30 years that 5-3 doesn't sound bad. And if JJ McCarthy doesn't go crazy in the fourth quarter of that first game, you're looking at a 6-2 team. Mm-hmm. Right?
I have a non-sports question for you, Jason, wrapping things up. What show are you watching right now that's not sports that we need to know about?
Oh, this is going to be easy. I get to plug the wife. So my wife is the expert on Married at First Sight. Her name is Dr. Pia.
Shut your mouth.
What?
Yeah, that's my wife. So Peacock just dropped another 3-pack for this season. So I think we got 6 episodes in. She's been the expert for the last 4 years or so. So I get to watch my wife, tell people how to be married.
I had no idea.
How does one become an expert in this particular field?
So she's an actual clinical psychotherapist, and she's had patients for forever. And they sought her out, and next thing you know, the last 4 years she's been traveling to city here, city there. She did Nashville, I think she did Seattle, awesome. I think we did Denver, and now this is the first season on Peacock. So yeah, it's very easy. That's what I watch when I'm not watching.
Oh, I would have 8 million questions.
Oh, so many.
Amazing. Okay, well that's a good that was like an inadvertent perfect plug.
We're getting her on the show, and I'm getting her thoughts on Ben Johnson's ass.
Oh yeah, she got him. Don't worry.
Jason, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for dealing with the tech issues right out the gate. And also, dude, congratulations on everything. The Athletic Show on Amazon Fire TV, full go on Spotify. Like, share, and subscribe to everything he's doing. Follow him on social media. And Jason, thank you for being our first ever guest on this new version of Beadle and Decker.
Thank you, because I saw the Twitter blast and the promo blast and all the Beadle and Decker stuff, and I was like, oh shit! And then Shane hits me. I'm like, of course.
Yeah, we're doing a little pro bono work here, Jason. We're doing a little.
Yeah, I am broke.
Listen,
look at all this shit I spent money on. What a fucking idiot.
Listen, I just hit a guy that's about to take me to a cleaner, so I'm
good point. Never mind.
Say nothing more.
Congratulations, and looking forward to all the content that's going to come from this. And I've been a big fan of both of you before I had ever met either one of you professionally or this show. So it's always cool. I only like endorsing things I rock with, and I rock with the both of y'all. So thank you.
Same. Thanks,
man.
Jason.
Jason, you're the man. Can't wait to have you back, my man. See you soon. Jason Goff. Check out everything he's doing. He's one of the very, very best in this entire industry.
How do